Hey guys, welcome back to the Golang and CSRF token project series. We were working on our myJWT.go file. And now what you're left with is the middleware.go file. There are a few things left here. And then the templates are left. Okay, so for the myJWT.go file, you can see there are a lot of issues, a lot of red squiggly lines, right? And we can make them go away really quickly. So for example, you'll see that there are issues with the verify key and sign key in a lot of places, right? The same issues coming again and again. So to just make them go away very quickly, you don't have to do much. You can just, what I realized was that I have not defined the verify key in the first place. So verify key was rsa.public key, and the sign key was simply rsa.private key. Now once you've defined these, a lot of the issues, like the issues you were seeing here, will go away. But in many places, you still see the issues because it's a typo, because the K needs to be capital here. So once you do that, that also is kind of taken care of. So what I'm trying to say here is that all these issues, right? So for example, out here, the spelling of refresh is wrong. So all these issues are mostly to do with typos and spelling mistakes. And since this series is for intermediate and little advanced developers, I'm expecting you can easily take care of these kind of typos. What you should be focusing on in this series with me is the general function level, at what we're doing basically at the function level, and what we're doing basically at the file level. So understand the project structure, understand what each file is for, understand what each function is doing, understand how everything is interacting with each other. And I'm sure by now you're already an expert at solving all these squiggly line issues, right? It's not a big thing. So what I'm trying to do is, basically I won't be solving all these squiggly lines. What I'll be doing is I'll be showing you the middleware related things that are left, and at the end, I'll on my own time I'll spend about 40-50 minutes on this project, and I'll fix all the issues in this project, and I'll then by all the issues I mean all these squiggly lines, like the typos and spelling mistakes and places I've not defined variables, those kind of things. I'll fix that on my own time, and I won't waste your time, and I'll take the project and I'll put it on GitHub, and all you have to do is just make a copy at that time. Till then, you just understand what's happening at the function level, at the file level, at the project structure level, and feel free to code along with me, but you have to fix those issues yourself, the squiggly lines ones, because this series is for experienced developers only. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll continue with our middleware.go file. If you have been coding along, feel free to keep coding along with me, and don't worry, because I'll fix this entire project, fix all the typos and all, and then I'll push it to GitHub, and then you can just make a copy and just compare your project in case you're not able to understand where the issue is coming from. Even that is there for you. Now this project, the project structure that you get with this, if in case, let's say your boss asks you to create a CSRF project structure, for, let's say JWT is not enough and you want CSRF in your project, you're working on a highly secure project. This project structure works really well, by the way. I've used it for the client in the past, and I can tell you that if you follow this project structure, you won't have a lot of issues. It is quite safe to use it. It's quite nice project structure. So that's what I wanted to say, basically, that feel free to just copy this code and start using it in your projects at your office. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say, right? Anyhow, so here in the middleware.go file, we have these cases. We have a case called restricted, we have a case called register, and that's basically, those are our routes. So we have a route like, let's say, /register or /login, and we'll have a local host, probably 9000 port running here. And then the user will say /login or /register and all of those things. So for /login, you'll have a couple of methods. Now, the couple of methods that you'll have are get and post. So for get, you want to do something, right? What you want to do is, for the get, is in the templates folder. We have not created the templates, and I'm thinking maybe the templates also I'll just create it on my own time, and because the most important file is templates.go for templates, because you want to know how to process those templates. You don't want to necessarily sit and write HTML, right? You already know HTML. I don't want to waste your time. So I'll just create the templates HTML, and I'll just push it along with this. So what you want to do is you want to know exactly what's going to happen in Golang. So in Golang, what we'll do here is we'll say templates dot render template, right? And you have a render template method. This is the method that we're calling basically. So you'll say render template, and you'll pass w comma login comma, and templates, you'll just show the login page. Very straightforward. Now for post, you wanna parse the form. Now please keep in mind that since we have these templates, the JSON, there's no JSON as such that's coming, that we're sending from Postman to this project. It's basically form data. So what you're learning here is how to process form data. And I'm sure most of you already know how to process form data in Golang, but I'm just showing it to you anyways. So you're just parsing the form data, and you're saying, and you're printing it out, you'll say print ln r.form. And now you'll say db.log user in. So in your DB, you have this function called log user in. And while logging in the user, that's what you have to call. You'll say log user in. And once you run that function, once you call that function, you'll get back the user, you'll get back the UUID, you'll get a login error if, in case there's a login error, and you'd want to handle that login error after that. And what you're passing there is basically for logging the user in, you just want to pass the things that you would pass when you log somebody in. Those things are username. So these are form fields, right? So these are not JSON, these are form fields. So you're saying for the username, whatever the user has passed. And here you'll say strings dot join, and you'll say r.form password comma. So you're passing your username and password, and you're passing them as form values and not JSON. And you'd want to print out these things. You'll say print ln, say user comma UUID comma login error if there's any error. Now we'll handle the login error. So we'll say if login error is not equal to nil, you want to do something. So what do you want to do? You want to say w.write header and http dot status unauthorized. You're just saying that this user is unauthorized, because he was not able to log in. Now you want to have an else for this if, and you want to since there's no login error, you want to create cookies for this user. So you'll say mygwt dot create new tokens, and what you'll get back here will be auth token string and refresh token string. And you'll also get the CSRF secret or the error also, if there's an error. Now this function create new tokens takes in your UUID and the role of the user. Now once you've done this, you've received your auth token string, refresh token string, and all those things. But you could have also received an error, so you want to handle that error. So for the error, you want to say http.error w, http. status text 500 comma 500. And once you have these things, right, now you want to set the cookie. So you'll say set auth and refresh cookies. You'll pass the auth token string and the refresh token string. Make sense? And you also want to write the header. So you'll say write header. And you'll say everything is okay, so status okay. And that's about it. Now the default, there'll also be a default case for this. So I'm assuming it's this one, the default case. In the default case, what you want to do is you want to say w dot write header and http dot method not loud. So you're saying that if somebody is on the login route, they can either get or they can post. But if anybody tries to do like a put or a delete or something like that, then you're going to say that this method for this page or for this entity or whatever for login, it's not allowed. This method is not allowed. So I just wanted to show you this login function in this video. In the next video, I think we'll have to work on our logout function, and also the delete user function is what we'll have to work on. So I'll see you in the next video. I hope you're enjoying this series. We're not very far from finishing it. We just have to finish our templates, which, like I said, I'll do it completely. I'll handle it as just HTML. After the series is done, I'll just leave the GitHub link, and you can just copy and paste and just compare it. And you can also put your own HTML if you want. You can also extend it if you want with better CSS. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to leave very bare bones basic HTML there with very basic CSS, if at all I do it. So thank you for watching this series, and I'll see you in the next video.